Yeah, chat, take a vote. Do I cut off the head of the first NPC I meet?
Okay, guys, this is an awful idea. We are here with GURPS aficionado right now.
Yeah, that's me.
We were originally going to record this. We had the awful idea of
Recording it live.
yes, there's a recording of us in my on my computer somewhere saying, "You know what? Fuck it, we're doing this live." Oh, I probably shouldn't have cursed at the start of this. I really shouldn't have done that. But
Chat, edit that one out.
this is pretty much a alternate history, low fantasy rendition, wherein royalty are all pretty much members of a trifecta of vampiric royalty. There are three main core families that all rule over Western Europe.
Kind of like real monarchs.
Yeah, pretty much. But instead, they're all cool vampires instead of lame old guys. But either way, this particular session is going to be starring our good old friend, Aficionado's character.
Alistair Goldmane.
That one module we won't talk about at all, that I'm working on continuously, was actually a game that we played a couple years ago. And this character is a continuation of those events that happened, that eventually I will finish. Either way, Alistair has taken after the name of Aldrich Goldmane, and now roams the lands as a hedge knight himself, actually.
That I do. But I was once a knave, a renegade, an all-around shithead, till I met that fellow Aldrich, and he taught me that you don't have to kill people for fun. You can do it because they pay you. And also how to be a good person and stuff like that.
As it stands, Alistair Riviere is currently on the road right now.
It's been a few long years since the events to the module, and I found my work sparingly and not with great aplomb, so...
Alistair Riviere is heading towards the province of Uraine. That is a relatively well-guarded a settlement, actually, that has had a couple of bureaucratic complaints and needs somebody to weigh in on... the letter that he received was rather pointed in its remarks.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is sending you here is clearly wanting you to go in a certain way. And so you imagine that you're going to have to use your own judgment rather than believe the writer of this letter, because things are a mess per se.
Those jury duty summons, they do tend to be forceful.
If you
I'll pull the letter out again. I want to... Who is requesting me? That you said things are amiss? They want me to stand in for something?
There is an arranged marriage that's being interrupted by a duel regarding one of the bridesmaid's brother, and thus his possible death could interrupt the event in her honor. And there are
between the bridesmaid's brother and the groom, I presume.
Yes.
Well, you didn't mention the other party. I figured it wasn't against the bride, right?
Oh yes, but you're assuming that the writer of this is probably a advisor of the bride herself.
Did they sign it?
Yes.
Would I have any means to check that with the locals before I arrive? Seems like a
yes. Well,
step
right now you're on the road there, so you're not really quite within the borders. You could say no one that's living here where you are right now is from Iran right now.
How do I spell that? Because I spelled it like
Y-O-R...
urine, but with an E. But
Y-O-R-A-N-N-E.
It's very different. Okay. Right. And who did sign it? John Frenchman? I mean...
No, it's actually Charles Jarrett.
All right. And just out of curiosity, what region of the continental Europe are we in right now?
Right now, we're
within the borders of the Holy Roman Empire?
We're in northern Sacravy, so think France.
So Gaul. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the map is continental Europe, but with different empires, right?
So, exactly. Again, guys, we do a lot of deliberation. This is precisely why that I like to not be live, but we're doing it live now.
I'm not gonna show up like I got a letter from you. No, I didn't. No, I didn't read it.
No, I'm joking.
I got a letter, so I figured you wanted to talk.
Yeah, think less. You gotta think less.
All right. So there's a duel taking place. Does he expect me to act as like a second or an arbitrator to this duel, or does he
an
want
arbitrator
me
to this duel, likely, or arbitrator first, but diffusing second, pretty much. We ask
Okay, so
we ask primarily to mediate these young passions.
the types of young passions that aren't related to the wedding. Just out of curiosity, then, like, do they realize that I'm a hedge knight, not really a knight?
The thing is, Yoran is sort of a bit of a fledgling settlement. It's not really all that
Okay.
much of a well fortified kingdom, so to speak, or not kingdom. Sorry, city. Again, they do have like again well built exterior and whatnot, but and they do have a lot of money coming in as far as the families that are starting out in building up the settlement. But again, it's on the
So
outskirts. They're
prosperous but not developed. Yeah.
yes, exactly. So
Okay.
so they're trying to make relations with those south of them.
Good. I hope when they wrote to Mr. Goldmane, they didn't expect Goldmane Senior.
Yeah, the Goldman Senior is currently
Uh,
pissing wine.
oh, about how far off am I from the settlement? I mean, in terms of days, not necessarily miles.
Right now, you're about 3 days in the settlement.
What's ahead of me on the road?
Right now, you're going to like notice that your mule is
Mhm.
coughing rather a lot now. And you
My mule?
notice your mule.
You can call him by his name. His name is Horse.
Yes, your mule named Horse
Mm-hmm.
is coughing and breathing, is inhaling and rasping a lot now. Actually, as you notice,
Oh God, I'm not a veterinarian. Is that normal? That doesn't sound like it's normal.
it's your it's starting to itch your brain as not normal.
All right. Well, I'm a well-equipped lad, so I'm just gonna I'll take some of the load off the mule and carry it for a while. I don't know why I'm doing this for. You know what? No, he's my good friend, Horse, and he's been with me for many journeys. So
But yes,
if he's uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable.
he continues on, puttering each hoof, digging into the gravel road. Again, you can notice like beads of sweat, like or beads of saliva again, like dripping off of his mouth, and blinking nervously as it continues puttering around. You hear more coughs and whatnot.
That's concerning. Christ, I don't have the money at the moment for a new mule or horse.
You're gonna notice in the horizon. You can notice a small cottage, almost with a fenced-in looks to be a farmland actually nearby. Up the road and on a slight incline, you can see the mountains in the distance, with snowy peaks, as well as a few roads that lead further down onto Huron.
Excellent. My first taste of the outskirts. If this could be categorized as the outskirts of Iran and not just settlements on the road. Do I notice that they have the guard dog outside in addition to the various livestock in the pen?
That's when you get closer. So as you walk, you can see quite a bit of the road ahead, leading up into a strait of plains, as well as what looks to be a lost ruined building actually, with a few foundations still intact. You can see the crumbling stone brick walls, with this almost marbly exterior, with many cracks webbing through it, as well as an archway which you could assume would be the doorway to this place. You're not quite sure what it could be. It's broken beyond repair, but at the very least, it stood the test of time. It seems ancient. However, next to it is this shabby wooden shack with yellow tinted windows and moss riddled roofs, as well as straw packed onto the top of this building right here, with a ladder just placed flat on the roof itself, assumedly for cleaning it, but it hasn't been done in quite a while now.
Sorry, is it flat on the roof or is it
No, it's
by the ground next
placed
to
on the roof
like on it or against it?
against it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, figured model was accurate. Sorry, you said it was ancient, but like, is there any discernible
Ancient is
feature
the
that
left
would
right
suggest
here.
just how? I know. Is there any discernible feature that would suggest how ancient? Like, am I looking at like BCE here, or just
Looking at like a good like six hundo years back.
if only these guys got the message and built out of stone, maybe their house would be more like upright and squarish.
That's fair, but you need a stonemason for that shit. And this guy does not have one.
That's true. I'm a mason of certain things, flesh and blood and the legs. Sometimes spending money, but stone,
Okay.
not so good. I will continue down the road though until I begin to notice more features about the house. I mean, it doesn't look suspicious in any way, does it?
Not particularly, no. It's like a rather like it's a meager home, but you know, it's not exactly anything to be worried about.
Ashamed of?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, worried about. That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. Sorry.
You do notice the dog actually as you get closer to the home.
That's good.
It sits down by the porch obediently. It looks to be a laid dirt road almost leading up to the doorway right here. You can certainly see its eyes meet yours, in fact, but it does not make a noise.
Did you mention before it is nearing evening time, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Well, with the sun getting closer and closer to the horizon, I am going to have to start considering whether I want to keep the hedge part of my title for tonight or whether I want the comfort of at least sleeping on the floor inside. Inside is starting to sound pretty nice. It's been a little too long without a fire. I think I'll give Horse a good swat on the back, get him keeping pace with me, and I'll trot up. I'm going to approach. Obviously, this mini has my weapons out. I'm going to say that I'm not going to approach with my weapons out.
Yeah, no. Obviously, again, you're not traveling with your sword and shield. It's clear you are a knight, or at least an unlanded knight.
Knight adjacent,
Yeah,
something
adjacent.
like that.
You've got
What's
rank,
that section
that's
of dungeons say? Something along the lines of fighter is boring and thug is offensive. So knight it is.
Okay, so hanging the door, you're to watch the dog's eyes meet yours still, as its ears point towards yours with a slight sniff in the air in your direction.
Does he seem friendly? I mean, I'm armored, so I.
It seems It seems not unfriendly, but more so alert.
Okay.
With each clank of, or not clank, each sound of your chainmail.
Or shimmy and rustle.
Yeah, shimmy and rustling. With a step that you make, it sort of like stays wary of your metallic sounds.
Do I happen to notice this guy right over here by the pen, where I can like just barely see around the horse's ass?
You can hear him actually. You can't quite see him.
Do I hear him working?
You hear grumbles
the horse
you hear grumbles and sounds of like wood peeling actually.
Range.
You hear a whop. He's like, damn it! You hear him say that.
I'll take a couple of steps over to the open section of the fence. Not quite running, but turn to address him. Sword in sheath, shield not in
absolutely.
combat.
It's not, yeah, absolutely. And he like worriedly is like, oh,
good evening.
You look at this old man with gray and white is growing into his black beard, as his eyebrows are like not aghast, but they are certainly up as in initial shock, as his brown eyes like blink for a brief moment. His face is wrinkled with plenty of sunburn on it. Right now, he's wearing actually a cloth cap to protect from the sun, and also hiding a few bald spots. But he's limber, and he has he may be an older fellow, but he's certainly not beyond his years as far as a farmer goes. As he says, sorry about my language. And you watch as he waxes his right hand for a brief moment as he catches his breath and says, caught the damn thing between my boards.
Sorry, what? Like, can I observe what exactly was he doing that created the peeling noise with the combined pain reaction? Is he like changing the fence or fixing it?
Changing the fence and trying to fix it.
Oh, okay. I'll say no offense is taken.
Well, what do you need?
I'm passing through, and this area is not yet familiar to me. this road, and I'm going to motion with my left hand down the path that you said leads to fields, and I'm going to ask, is this the way to Iran?
Yes, it does. You a traveler?
Something of one.
He's gonna walk up to the fence now, and and say, yeah, well, it's right that way. Though you won't really make it there in time. It's not in a day's time. Certainly, you have to sleep under the sky, or one of the ruins.
I'm going to turn my head left to the ruins where I see nothing but a fucking doorway and half of a wall. There wouldn't happen to be one with a roof and a fire, would there?
I think so. Oh wait, no. There were a couple of kids that were over there, and it collapsed. One of them broke their legs, I think. Actually, yeah.
I'm gonna hit him with a nice disarming smile, ignoring the fact that I have neither the disarming smile perk nor diplomacy as a skill.
Okay.
Just smile at him nicely. Please, I've spent many a nights under the stars in the cold moon and without a fire on the hard ground. I was wondering perhaps if I could not find some recourse with you, perhaps a warm ground instead.
All right. He's gonna roll against the reaction table for this.
I should probably let you know that I have social stigma second-class citizen.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if he's aware of that. Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming you took your helmet off too, right?
I'm only wearing a cloth, actually, technically.
Okay, so you can see your face. All right.
Yeah, the expression TM. Hey, that's exactly how I'm trying to look at him. But I was going to say, I never clarified this earlier. My character is what is considered to be like a half vampire, so they are respected by neither group in particular, and although possess sort of a watered-down version of their abilities.
You're gonna watch as he looks towards his farm, and looks to you and says, "Only after an honest time's work."
I don't suppose there's much time left in the day, but I've never been a stranger to an honest day's work.
All right then, hop on over. You're gonna watch as he heads over to the center of the area.
I'm gonna bring Mule over and set him to pasture out in the fields.
You're gonna watch as the man is going to continue on over to the center of his farm and say, "As of right now, if anything, if you could gather some of the eggs. However, I must say you should be careful of Mrs. Sunshine over here." He's gonna point to a lighter hen this way and say, "She's not too friendly of those who try to take her eggs."
I'm gonna sort of look down at them inquisitively.
They pay you no mind, and they're just sort of like walking by you right now. Now that you've gotten further into the area, you can hear much more of the ambient sounds of the animals themselves filling your senses. You can smell chicken feed, and you can hear the sounds of mud being kicked up by the chicken themselves.
I'm gonna take a quick mental recap, looking at my own sheet up and down in terms of my possessions, and I realize I really travel pretty sparsely, so I'm gonna ask him in response, shoot him right back. You wouldn't happen to have a basket, would you? Something to hold them in?
Of course, just around the corner right there. He's gonna point over to the box right here.
Right, and then when I open it up, something explodes, right?
Absolutely, it's gonna explode with 5 skeletons. He is now going to pull the plank off. Now you're gonna hear a grunt from him as you notice that he's holding now a hammer in his hands, and he pulls the plank out, as well as the several nails in the area as well.
I am going to set to gathering the eggs, starting from the easiest position to the hardest. I'm going to leave Mrs. Sunshine for later. And as I'm doing that, try not to turn my back to him that often, considering he is holding a hammer. But, you know what? Let's clear things up. I'll hit him with a, just you out here?
Yeah, just me. It's me and, well, the animals. By the way, I'm Leos.
And then I'm going to ask, so, just a farmer, making an honest living?
Try and do.
It's not a very determinate answer. It's something to go off of. I'll hit him with that good old-fashioned detect lies. It's a 1, a 2, and 4. 7 against 13, so.
You can tell that his second phrase has a twinge of deceptiveness in it. Trying to earn a living.
Do I feel like he's being deceptive about how he makes his money, or whether or not he's actually making a living and not struggling?
The latter.
So he's not going to hit me with the hammer. Good. Must be difficult out here. I heard it was prosperous in Urain, but perhaps not everywhere around. Do you happen to know anything about a wedding? Two nobles.
The betrothal was about a month ago.
That fast? No, not done, or at least I certainly hope it isn't. Nonetheless. You haven't heard anything besides that?
He purses his lips and shakes his head. He says, "No, not at all. You collected your eggs."
I turn back around with the basket. Is he still working on the fence?
Right now, you're gonna watch as he like hammers in a few nails with a fresh plank of wood. Actually,
I'll set the basket down where I found it with the eggs in it.
Excellent.
I'm gonna come back and ask, will that be it, or is there anything more you need helping with? And I'm gonna trail my eyes down to the fence in a way that indicates, hey, old timer, I have lifting strength.
He looks towards the fence itself. You can notice like a piece of wood that is also on the side of the fence around here, also been almost like punched through with a bit of loose strands of the plank, just barely holding on to it, and say, "Our dearie here, Lena, she got spooked during a storm and kicked a hole through the damn fence."
That's the horse. No, not your wife.
You know, watch him look down when you mentioned that, and he says, "The horse."
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's been only 5 years, so plenty of time for a man to mourn anyway.
It only gets easier with time.
Funny thing is, you do most of the mourning when they're sick. She had the pox, you see.
I nod my head silently.
There was no way I could help her anywho. Anyway, you don't want to hear about that. If you could get just the wood from over there and hammer it down, then you'll be good to go.
I have exactly default carpentry skill.
Excellent.
But I will do as he says.
All right, you could take your time. So you'll take a while with this one. He's gonna walk away a little bit.
Yeah, I'll use his direction to go fetch the wood, pound it in, hammer it shut as you would, not cleanly or I don't know. I think I can swing a hammer, right?
Yeah, you certainly can.
I do it at people all the time. Shouldn't be much different.
Carpentry with the +3 for just taking.
Oh God! What is the default for carpentry? It's gonna be something like no default, or something like X -6. You're making me roll against 10, man. I don't want to fuck this guy's fence up. Can I tap out if I start fucking his fence up?
We'll see. Give me a roll.
Oh man. All right. Well, there's a 3. There's a 5. All right, off to a phenomenal start. Please, it's a 4.
Oh, my 1. So it's a little bit sideways. It's a little bit messed. It's a little bit jacked up, but it still does cover the hole.
That's a 12. I feel.
Oh. Again, it still does cover the hole. If you got a 13, then we're talking about a different failure. But you're gonna watch his. He doesn't pay any mind though. He's gonna get back in the helm. You're taking your time, licking your thumb while you're holding the nails in place and making sure
what the fucking benefit does licking my thumb confer to me? Also, I'm wearing gauntlets. It's just licking the nasty part on the outside of your phone.
That's how bad at carpentry you are. That's the whole point.
All right.
But anywho, you're going to actually hear a knock on his door. In fact, yeah.
I'm going to take a few steps up and try to discreetly poke my head around. Actually, I'll even move back a couple steps if I'm allowed to peer around. Oh God, I forgot the horse's name. I don't think it would be that.
Lena.
The horse, Lena. All right. I really hope that's not his wife's name. That would make that comment even worse.
No. You're gonna watch as you're gonna see 2 people actually at the front of his doorway.
Are they holding? Is that dude holding 2 swords openly? Are those his sheaths?
Yes, he is holding 2 swords openly. As they're
I'm
saying.
going.
So, Leos, where is it? The payment for this month. You watch him as he pockets a bag of gold and tosses it over and says,
Whoa. No, I was going to say I wanted to unsheath my sword and ready my shield well there.
Got it. Go ahead.
As soon as I see the guy has fucking 2 swords out and he's got them, pointed forward, not all casual. I don't know if there is a casual way to hold 2 swords at once, but I want to be ready for this because Jesus Christ, this guy seems like he means business, some respect.
One of them is clad in what looks to be a heavy scale vest with leather gloves, boots, and an actual a pot helm on its skull. All of which are crudely piecemeal items, actually, mismatching. However, what does match is the leather cloth underneath all of it. That's on his legs and legs, shirt, and arms that he wears, assumedly to act more stealthily. And
Given you said he,
yeah,
I'm going to presume the guy with the two swords.
yes, the guy with two swords. He has
Sorry.
a thick dark brow as he speaks through crooked yellow teeth and a grisly black beard. As the lady next to him, he has again sort of the similar cutthroat attire with tattered cloth as well as a staff. However, she apparently she looks a little bit more well kept actually, with what looks to be like religious effigies and necklace as well.
Well, the known denomination of any religion?
Pretty
Or...
much, yes.
Oh, okay. She's got everything. Damn. Prepare to die, which is good, because that might happen.
We're gonna watch Leos. He's going to reach into his pockets and procure a bag of coins in his right hand, and he's going to slowly head over towards a lady with a hand free and hand it to her.
As he pulls it out and as he steps to move forward, I'm going. They're armed. The way they present themselves, man, I gotta wonder. I'm gonna call out over the fence, because I'm a stupid fucking idiot with a code of honor. So I'm gonna lean over the fence a little bit, and I'm going to call out. Are you two in service of the Baron?
You're gonna watch as they both turn towards you.
I'm gonna attempt to, at this point, I'm still gonna attempt to keep my weapons like at a low ready, so kind of out of sight, not in like a threatening way, not like pointing them at them over the fence.
Why not? Sure, the man yells.
I am going to take, what would it be, like 2 turns to hop over the fence?
Yeah, sure.
I hop over the fence, and at this point I'm going to begin to address them more properly. I don't need a detect lies check to realize that they're just trying to...
While you're going over there, you say, "You stand back! This is business!"
I'll give them a polite smile. So then who are you with? What is this business? Does he owe you a debt? Can you produce some kind of contract to verify this? As it stands, you come armed against an unarmed man.
A debt is owed against him.
For what? Goods, services, his land?
We saved him in a fire in his house, not only 2 years ago.
You saved him from a fire out of the pure virtue lying in your heart.
We're travelers. Figured we'd settle here, along the ruins.
I gotta roll detect lies on them saving him from a fire. That doesn't seem very trustworthy. I rolled a 5, I rolled a 1, and I rolled another 5, so that's by 2 instead.
That is a lie.
Ah, yeah. Fucking go fish.
Leos, steps back, looking at you nervously.
Well, he said they wanted to settle down around the ruins. I'm just gonna cut him off and ignore him, because that sounds like another tangent of bullshit, and ask, you didn't save him from a fire. What is the nature of this debt?
We own his life, and he pays us every month.
Why does he owe you his life? What have you done for him?
Because his house was saved from the fire. As you see the lady step towards him. You're going to watch as the man in front is going to
Oh, I'll cut him off before he takes another step forward, and I'm going to say, you claim to have saved his life. I'll save yours. Leave the money, turn around, and don't come back.
We're taking our pay, no matter what.
I was hoping you would say that.
Alright. And with that, we're going to begin our fucking combat.
Can I have tried to roll an intimidation on the, when I said, I'll save your life, turn around and leave?
Yeah, sure.
Well, will I do that? I'll smile broadly so that he can see that I'm, thin blood. I'm a half vampire, because although that doesn't set us very high in society, it is like an extra 85 points of disadvantages or something like that, so.
I see.
That's not just with the fella with 80 extra character points. You know not how many levels of erotic arts they will take.
That's fair.
Intimidation against against an 11.
Uh-oh.
Oh, a 2, a 3, and a 5. So by 1.
Got it.
Against an 11.
He, I'm sorry to say, succeeds it by 2. She is going to hesitate for a moment, actually, after your remark. Now it's time to begin combat. So, these are equal combatants. We're going to begin with the high speed. So, what's your speed again?
7.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel as though I should give them the opportunity of first strike. How dangerous do I gauge these people? Because they seem like common ruffians, no?
They seem like common ruffians, but they also think they could, get the better of you if you got too confident.
This guy is postured for deadly combat, right? I mean, he
Yes,
means
he
to do
is.
me harm. There's no question. He's not intending to scare me off, right? All right, fuck ass, dodge this. No, I bend my knees slightly, spread the legs, widen the stance, and I'm going to set my shield in front of me. It is a large shield, by the way. The model doesn't quite depict that as well as it ought to be. It's more like a big kite shield between sort of my upper shoulder and reaching down below the knees even when I posture in front of me. And I'm going to set forward towards him with... Ooh, well, he looks pretty strong. I'm just going to take a step forward. I'm not going to risk anything chancy with an all-out attack. Yeah, actually, I stand corrected. You know what? I'm gonna make that a committed attack. Call that bitch a committed attack. Committed attack determined, as a matter of fact.
Gotcha.
+2 to hit. Second step cancels out that -2. So
Sorry,
I
step
am
twice.
here.
You're using a longsword at 2 range, pretty much, right now.
For stabbing, yes.
Yep. All right. Gotcha.
You said he's wearing mostly leather.
Leather, but also a heavy scale vest.
Very important distinction. Is there any area where it seems that his equipment is particularly weak besides the face-eyes region?
His legs and his hands.
Legs, those are what, leather then?
No, actually, nothing. His cloth.
Nothing. That's fucking bold. Time to open up the random hit locations table. In my head, this guy is almost irredeemable. He's robbing an old man. He appears to be some kind of banditry, and he's making off with... like there was a decent amount of coin in there, no?
Pretty much, yeah.
I make my committed attack. I take one step, think better of it, realizing my opportunity to strike now with the iron is on. I take a second step forward, representing sort of like a forward-leaning lunge. And I'm going to lick out with my right hand and make a rapid strike, thrusting twice using the random hit location table, using my fencer's instinct to try to strike openly at whatever part he exposes himself to. First one is a 1, a 2, and a 6. Most excellent, a 9 against a 13.
Very nice. He's going to parry, and he's going to retreat with that one, giving him a +1.
Right, I rolled a 14. That would be against the left leg. So I'm as I close the distance, my first hit, considering he's unarmored in there, and he probably knows it. I mean, that wouldn't be his vulnerability. I'm going to try to set him off balance by forcing him to come low with the defense.
Gotcha.
Leap out and thrust towards his left leg, and with that, I'm going to redirect, pull back, and lunge again at him. Ooh, a 3, a 6, and please... yes, I'm God's specialist little boy. It's a 3, a 6, and a 2.
Alrighty.
11 against 13.
Parry with his left hand.
This is to his right arm, so I'm gonna lick out again and go high instead, trying to force him to shift his balance down and up rapidly.
That's a 3, a 5, and a 6. That's a failure. Yeah, that was a bad roll by him.
So, because this is a longsword, it's going to be thrust +2 impaling.
Oh.
This is going to be 1d +3, plus another 2 from Weapon Master. This is going to be 1d +5.
God damn. All right, let's roll it.
You know which die I'm using to roll this?
Oh, the one you stole from me?
Oh, yeah, you betcha. And if there's any karma in the world, it's going to give me a 1. No karma exists. Give me a 2 instead.
All right, there we go. Either way, you're going to watch as he yelps out in pain. As his right hand falls limp, as you've crippled his right arm, but he can't use his arm currently, and he's going to yell out and say, "Herman, this one right here."
Oh, sorry, what did he said? Arwen?
He said, "Herman, this one right here." I'm going to step back. Actually, Leos is going to run right now.
Can I steal a glance around at like the nearby field? Is there a
yes? -4.
Is there a Herman?
You don't see anybody.
I'm gonna hope that this Herman thing is a wholesale bluff. If I can get away with it. Mentally convincing myself that is. And the lady, is she as armored as her friend?
Less so, but again, she still is like armed up to the same degree as he is. She has like a leather bodysuit, pretty much.
These two people don't feel like they're here to do negotiations in good faith about this whole debt thing.
I don't think so either, man.
This is not going to go well. Not without a little bit of elbow grease, that is. This time, with more confidence, having struck this man already, I stride forward once, twice. Committed attack, determined for that sweet +2, and then the devastating -2 on that second step. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, once again, rapid strike, 2 thrusts to a random hit location.
Alrighty.
We were looking at the first one at a 1, a 2.
That is a success on his parry on his first time. But second time, let's check. This dodge is a fucking crit.
So how much does his arm hurt? Does it look like his arm hurts?
His arm hurts quite a bit, actually.
I pull back. I kind of lean back on my haunches, slightly prepared for reprisal, thinking to myself, he's faster than I might thought. Maybe there is a rhyme and reason to the whole no chassis business, the bare pants.
Our good friend here, Mr. Two Swords, now is going to drop his first sword.
He's not my friend.
Well, our good friend, me and the chat's friend, because we both want we all want you dead, is going to go to the side.
Chat, take a quick vote. Do you want me to win, or do you want them to win? Let's
find out. Let's find out. Let's have Dora ask the audience.
Versus player.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna watch as she's going to go 1, and then it's just going to go 2, and it's going to try and target you from a 2 yards away. Try to thwack you.
That's okay. I've been thwacked before, many times in my life, as a matter of fact. I might yet find time to forgive her. I think I'm just gonna hit her with a block. 16 blocking skill that goes to an 8 plus 3 goes to an 11. Combat reflex brings it to a 12, and my large shield with my shield while training brings it to a 15. So I wonder how that'll go.
Not bad at all.
What the fuck do you mean not bad at all? Having 15 on any active defense is stupid and shouldn't usually be allowed.
Well, for once per turn, why not? Anywho, go ahead.
As she approaches me, you said she wants to like donk me over the head. Does she swing overhand?
Yes.
Thank God I leaned back a little bit before. I'm gonna lean back and hunch down yet a little bit further and just lift the shield. It's already between like shin level and shoulder level. I'm just gonna lift it a little bit higher and completely enshroud my being.
Speaking as points scored, you fucking blocked her attack. She thwomps over.
She as well clearly has the intention of trying to fucking kill me, right?
Yeah. You're gonna watch as she's gonna say, "Get his horse!"
Oh, she means the farmer. Okay.
Are you sure?
It's a mule. Why would she call it a horse?
Maybe she's dumb.
Yeah, she must be, because she's trying to fight me. Back to me.
Yes.
She's just wearing leather, huh?
Yes, she is.
Fucking, your mistake, pal. I despise you ontologically. You're evil, and I'm going to kill you now. I take one because I intend to up the ante, perhaps just the slightest bit. And she's, I'm just gonna go against torso, you know?
All right, cool.
Why not? Rapid strike again, because God, I fucking love Weapon Master, and this is gonna be against 2 13s. So the first one is a 2, a 6, and a 1. That brings me to 9. Complete success. And the second one is a 2, a 3, and a 2. So very, very easy success. You know, I should start doing deceptive attack on this.
I'm going to make a dodge and retreat on the first one. That is a success for the first dodge. And I'm going to moving back 1 yard.
And the second one.
I'm going to parry.
Oh, okay.
Second one. That is a failure on the parry.
Excellent.
Won't be damaged.
Yep. Sorry, that would be 2d minus 1. Plus 3. For having a longsword. Oh, my mistake. Plus 1. Plus 2 is, plus 2 and plus 3 is for the thrusting. Plus 1, so it brings it to 2d. And then, I accidentally already rolled 1, so 4. Plus a 3, plus 4 for having Weapon Master plus 2 from each die. So 11.
Okay.
11 cutting, and I step forward towards her. I slash once as she steps away from me, and back again. I bring it back the opposite direction with a more forceful cleave, attempting to not so much gracefully disable this person as forcefully kill them.
Oh. Again, just tell me how much damage was it again?
11.
11 cutting damage?
Yeah, it was 7 plus 4.
Oh, goddamn. Alrighty.
We love Weapon Master in this household. We fucking love Weapon Master.
Exactly.
We get like sexually aroused when we think about Weapon Master.
Oh no! Oh no! You cleave through her leather garb as you fucking just like chop through her on her collarbone, straight down into her chest, into like a chest muscle, as you like cleave through it, and as like you feel like just like a very direct yell in pain out after your attack, as again she's still standing, but she's very hurt right now. You're a blood curdling yell after that one.
I personally wonder if she's still interested in prosecuting the fight at this point. I mean, the other guy is like has his arm torn pretty well. Now she's like
Yeah,
cut in half.
already.
What are they gonna raid this guy for? His fucking coins and his bandages? These guys are gonna die on the road.
So this guy is going to attack you from your side. Not your side hex. Sorry, just on your side. You know, still your front hexes. But either way, he's going to try and attack you with his left hand, and he's going to try and give you just like a messy swipe one hex away from you,
Right. How does he prosecute his attack?
making a committed attack. He's trying to target your leg. Actually,
It's an interesting choice.
all right, that's a success by him.
I turn slightly to the side, like I shift my shoulders to address him as he charges. And as he swings for the leg, I'm going to bring my sword from an upright posture and swing the tip 180 degrees in sort of a violent twisting maneuver. As it twists towards the, like pointing downwards, I'm going to brush it sharply off to the side to swing through his cut. I'm going to go for a parry. Let's say 16 brings it to 8, plus 3, 11, and plus combat reflexes to 12, plus shield is back to, you guessed it, motherfucker, 15. It's a 3, a 1, and a... Why do I invest in these things?
Why don't you invest
7.
in these things?
7.
Make a good old parry against his attack attempt, and
Good old, presumably I like bat him aside.
yeah, exactly.
Full force.
You bat that sort of side. Alrighty. Now she's going to stand up, but she's going to be.
Does she fall down?
Now she does.
Oh,
She
great.
falls down unconscious.
Yeah.
The dog is actually going to like run away and protect his master.
I'm not so giddy in a childish way in character, but in character, I'm looking at this person, this scum of the earth, basically.
Yeah.
That I have spent so long trying to root these sorts of people out across the entire land, and sometimes they even call themselves House Farland.
All right. So, someone has been aiming towards you for quite some time now.
Yeah, I figured this part was gonna happen.
So, I'm gonna make some subtractions right now. Additions and subtractions right now.
How about you add the size modifier for my groin?
That is a success, since you don't exactly know where this person is, and it's gonna deal some damage right now.
I did look. Give me some credit.
Yes, you did.
I did try.
You tried. You tried looking for him. I will give you that credit. It was a low roll, or it's a high roll, I guess. And that's the worst part about it.
Nah, Herman was just a bluff. That arrow was like a coincidence.
So you're gonna be dealt 5 impaling damage.
Really? To where?
To your chest, torso.
Excellent. Whereabouts does it hit me?
It's gonna thunk you in the right side of your right side of your chest, your right pectoral muscle.
With a resounding thump, it bounces off my medium malin plate.
Very nice. Thunk. And you're gonna watch as the man right in front of you is going to like look behind you for a brief moment and look back in horror. It's
that
back
was
to
your
you
plan?
now. It's back to you now.
I'm gonna say that was your plan.
The plan wasn't for you to show up, you bastard.
Right. I don't appreciate being called a bastard.
Oh, damn! That was a wrong course of words for this guy. He doesn't know, but you know.
All right. All attack double. One of those attacks is going to be rapid strike. Call it the first attack. It's a 13 with the first one. So 1, a 5, and a 2. His response. This is a swinging cut attack.
Yes. He's only going to be able to dodge this one, by the way, because he made a committed attack last turn.
Oh no, he's not going to block?
Really? Yeah, of course. He'll block with his force shield, of course.
Well, he has his forehead to block.
Oh, there we go. All right. So he's going to dodge the first one.
He takes a step back, I presume.
Yes, he does.
I am going to choose to follow him.
Oh, very nice.
I take a step to advance as he does that. Second part of the rapid strike. This is going to be at a I didn't clarify. I should have said random hit location table. I didn't clarify, so I'll just call it torso then.
Yep.
A 3, a 1, and a 3.
He fails that dodge
God, a lot of
attempt.
7s there. With the first swipe, I slash out at him viciously and angrily, making it a strike with speed but not precision. And I presume he has no compunction about stepping away from such a
He
blow.
can't.
And yet,
Yep.
no, I mean for the first strike.
Oh, yeah,
With the
yeah.
second one, though, as he pulls back, I'm going to double down on him, following him with a lunge and cleaving the other direction again. Going for a 2 and a 5, so that's a 7 plus 4.
Very nice.
Brings it up to 11 again.
Against his torso. All right, so it's a 3, a 4, and a 5. That's just even against his health. So he's still barely holding on right now.
Excellent. I still have one more attack. And dearest Brandon Carpenter, swing attacks do more damage, but thrust attacks get the benefit of targeting certain things like the eyes or even the vitals. Can't target vitals with a swing. Yeah. This one is going to be a slash to his throat. That's a 16 minus 5, so it's going to be against an 11. Unfortunately, but I'm God's most favoritist little child, so that's a 4, 1, and a 6. Just like the doc predicted.
The script.
Yep.
The script.
Gotta follow it.
Exactly, gotta follow the script. All right, almost some damage right now.
Joke until people start to believe it.
Almost some damage.
He doesn't defend.
Let's let me just roll once right now.
Presumably he has half dodge or whatever at this point.
Yes, he does. He absolutely does, and I really don't even
want to roll him against the 5.
I thought he want to roll against his dodge. He'd be so fucking high above it.
Fine.
I'm rolling against it. Yeah, that's
6 and a 1, 7 plus a 4 is an 11 slashing damage, 11 cutting damage to his throat. As I follow it up again as he's wounded and staggering back, reeling, I follow with a direct cut across his throat. Because this fucking guy couldn't shut his stupid fucking mouth. Cocky right up until the last second, huh?
Yeah. And you're going to open his neck down to the bone right now as he falls back dead, blood spraying all over you.
Blood spraying all over me, huh?
Yeah.
That gives me a great idea. You know what I bet this guy in the woods would hate to watch? I'm gonna gently scoop this guy up, leaning back and kind of looking out to the tree line, because you said he hit me in the right side. I'm gonna kind of I'm thinking it's this rock over here. I don't have my normal keybinds, but I'm thinking around there.
Okay.
Well, that correlates with my right side pretty well now.
That is very true.
If he tries to make a run,
I rolled sense. Looking at that way, you do see him now.
Oh, he's on top of the rock.
Yes, he was on top of the rock.
Cocky motherfucker.
And as you do that, you're gonna watch as he jumps off.
Before he does, I'm starting to run. I have 14 health, motherfucker. We're making this a sprint. Let's go.
Oh god.
We're making this a sprint. I don't care if he's lightly armored and a little bit faster. We're going for the endurance.
Oh fucking Christ. Oh no.
You said fields surround us, right? Not forests. It was fields.
It is fields. It is in fact fields surrounding us.
Hey, buddy. Shouldn't have fired that fucking arrow. Maybe learn to read the fucking room. He's hopping off the rock, right?
Yes, he is.
Hey, bud.
Alrighty. So you're going to watch as you start sprinting towards him. He's taking his time.
I'm gonna break into a dead run.
He's taking his time on the rocks. As you pretty much reach this point right here, as he reaches here, and so.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't see I just alt tabbed back after adjusting volume.
You reach. No, you're right here as he's right here, and he sees that, and he just drops the bow and lifts his hands up in the air.
I'm gonna slow down a bit to indicate my reticence to immediately decapitate him on the spot, and I'll lower my blade a little bit, but I'm gonna continue to approach him. And if he starts moving backwards at all, we're dead sprinting again. I'm gonna cock my head, throw it back over my left shoulder to indicate the two dead fellows behind me, the bleeding out woman and the very much dead fellow, and I'm gonna ask him a little louder than usual to get it across the meadow through the chatter of night birds and say, I'll ask, are they friends of yours?
He's going to look over their bodies and say, they were.
I want to know everything. Spare no detail. Could you hear the conversation we had prior?
It was a discussion of debts. Yeah. It turned
I'm
awry.
good at telling when people lie. Don't try it.
I'm inclined to believe that.
I'm gonna continue to close the distance as he's talking.
All right,
Good.
then.
You best take it to heart.
Yeah, so I'm going to put his...
Everything.
Listen, I personally don't really like these people. I kind of more
Then why
or
did you shoot
less
me?
because I thought that they would win, personally.
After I put a hole through his bicep?
His face scrunches up a little bit after you mention that and say, yeah, things were getting dicey. Besides, my arm was starting to hurt anywho, so figured I'd lose that arrow after all.
You're a bad gambler. And you wear your heart on your sleeve to boot. I suggest you try a more rational approach next time.
That's certain, though I don't think there'll be next time after all.
You're a good shot. You'd be a competent poacher at the very worst. Why here? Why not in the King's Army or someplace else?
The King's
This can't
Army.
really be that lucrative.
The King's Army, he says. Listen, I don't know where you're from, but that place you're on, it's a death trap, damn it. There are all sorts of barbarians up there, threatening their so-called peace. I'll tell you, there's a lot more money here than there is in Iran, that's for certain.
Why here at all?
Because the two of them, they were more pious, I'd say.
I raise another eyebrow. The two lying dead and bleeding?
Not of God, per se, but of, well, what's to come, so to speak. Listen, I don't much to believe in this hokey stuff. I'm more in it for the goal the individuals were holding to stay here and keep watch. There are some folk that are sick of the vampires. No offense.
None taken.
Listen, I have no clue if this venture has any fruit, but they did have a lot of money, for me at least. So I took it.
I'm gonna cast Detect Lies.
Okay.
On, he's claiming a lot of big things that he's just in it for the money. I wonder if that's really true. If he doesn't have some ideological angle. Say 2. It's a 4. And that's a 4. God's most favored little child. Success by 3.
He's lying about his agency in the part. He's conveniently leaving out parts. But what he speaks is true.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a worse answer.
So what? Is this the part where you kill me?
I'm scoffing internally when I hear that. I do technically, he doesn't know, but I do have a code of honor soldiers to take prisoners, technically, but I'm trying to think about what fucking angle to question him on. He just dumped a lot of shit.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't seem... He's not all that willing to keep secrets. He's like a perfect prisoner in that case.
Good. Well, I believe I do have interrogation skills, so I'm glad I'm not getting the wrenches out and shit, so...
Listen, I don't know about you, but some people are sick of the ruling class being a bunch of blood-sucking royals.
You mentioned that. I was there when Lord
money.
Farland died. They threw him out a window. Did you know that?
I heard they drawn quartered his corpse.
What was left of it?
He looks down and, like, purses his lips and nods.
I have no personal loyalty to the nobility. But you seem to have some kind of personal animosity. Why is that?
I'm low-born.
Alright, I see somebody picked a lot of the communist speech options. I just...
He's playing Disco Elysium right now.
I'm churning this over in my head, and I'm gonna try to shift him off balance, prevent him from just trying to deflect away from his own contributions to this for the moment, and I'm gonna ask. You said there were barbarians in Iran. What does that mean?
Speak the truth. We talk of wanderers, bandits, not like myself. Ones who actually have a place there. People in the woods, they say. Natives.
And what are they doing? Stealing? Robbing?
Of the sort, yes.
Surely they aren't managing to sack the settlement directly, after all.
Oh, of course not, but the city itself is making quite the fuss about it.
What do you know about the wedding taking place?
Not all too much. I try not to stay, in tune with all these, well, debacles.
You seem to be familiar with the barbarians. You didn't hear it from them, did you? Seems like you've been to the settlement recently, no?
I heard from a few merchants. We, traded. We actually didn't steal from them, I'll have you know.
Can't imagine a sort who would sell to a type like you.
Well, I lied. Well, we lied.
What was your involvement in their operation. It looks like a protection money scheme. I'm familiar with such a thing.
Certainly.
But what did you do personally? How many people did you hurt? Kill on their orders for personal gain?
I killed 3 people.
I'm gonna roll Tech Liaison on that. Success by 1.
Okay. Let's see what he gets.
That's a 5, a 3, and a 4. Against 13.
You can't tell.
Shit. I know. Ask him a different question and see how he responds to that.
Okay. What shall
Are
it be?
you lying?
No, that's not how it...
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You're giving yourself a second roll. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing here. I see your racket. This is some fucking...
Were you telling the truth about the statement made 3 statements ago?
That's some fraud shit. You're fraud, making fraudulent rolls. This is some
What do you mean fraud shit? This guy literally robbed old people for money.
Oh, I'm saying you.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna bring him over and start threatening to cut off his various limbs until he tells me the truth.
That's fair.
He's not gonna... with indeterminacy, I'm not gonna assume that he's... Of all the things to lie about, after admitting guilt, it seems like he doesn't seem like the type to have murdered 15 people, so...
So, what will it be? He says to you.
I think you know what's coming.
He's going to, like, step back a brief bit.
You're coming with me.
And then what?
That's the bailiff's decision, not mine. Do you think you're faster than me? Do you really?
I'm not all too certain, honestly.
Are you about to try?
An awful lot of armor, but I saw the way you bounded on the rock. He looks down a little bit.
If you run, I won't be so favorable.
He looks to the side and says,
I am feeling hungry.
Damn it. Fine. Take me in.
Who knows? You'll have some time to concoct your plea. Maybe if it's good enough, they'll spare you. Take only a hand or a foot. Hold on. Chat, do I cut off his head? You know, you can say he's chill, but, like, this guy did kill, supposedly, at least 3 people. I couldn't tell if he's lying. I don't see a point for him to have not killed people and then said he killed 3 people. Unless he's trying to fucking scare me off.
Alright, I'm ending it now. Alright, bye,
Yep.
guys. Bye, guys. Alright, let me know if you guys like this sort of shitty stream.
You gotta like things so he knows to make more.
Exactly. Alright, see you guys. It's been great.